back to Global View. Joining me now is Abdul Haq, a former commander of the Kabul Front, Mujahideen, in Afghanistan. He's currently involved in private efforts to rebuild Afghanistan. Your country is a mess. Everybody's fighting everybody. From the outside, it looks like a total political disaster. Why is that?
What happened is, during the war, there was an 8 or 9 different group was created, with each one of this group have his own army. After the withdrawal of the Soviet forces and collapse of the communist regime, each one of this party wants to keep their own military forces for their political strength. When they could not sit and discuss and negotiate with each other, then they thought they can get this thing with force, with killing and destruction. This is how we are in a big mess.
Killing and destruction is nothing new to Afghanistan. The war went on for a long time to begin with, and the weapons and the political motivation for killing and destruction came in from the outside, didn't it?
To be honest with you, Rolf, what happened is when Soviet invaded Afghanistan, it was a kind of huge big thing for many countries, and they want to get at the Soviet. For example, Pakistan starts sending support in arms and ammunition, Iran or Arab countries, or United States. What happened, each one of these countries whom sent the support to Afghanistan created their own groups. Then in the end, you had a pro-Iran group, pro-Saudi group, pro-Pakistan group, pro-India group, pro-Russia groups. There's a conflict of these groups, of these countries. It always affected on these groups. Because a stage came, like when we were in the war, everybody was helping us say, okay, go ahead, fight. This is very good, kill as many Russians you can do.
Everybody from outside.
Yeah. But nobody thought about what happened in the future. What happened to this country later.
After the war's over.
Yeah. Everybody thought about killing of more Russians, destroying of more Russian tanks and aircraft, but nobody thought about which kind of a system this country is going to have with the 7 or 8 different military groups or political parties. And because the interest was very much based on how to kill more Russians instead of what happened next to this country.
Afghanistan was not without any political system at all beforehand. There is a traditional political system in Afghanistan, no?
What happened is we always had a political system. There was a government. But when communists take over in the in Afghanistan, they kind of destroyed all these old traditional systems and all this their structure of this country, and they want to bring their own communist type of a system into the country. And that was in one side. From other side, Europe and America and some of the other Arab countries was in another side, how to push them out. And they were sending guns and ammunition in one side, and the other side was sending guns and ammunition. But anyway, someone have to say, jihad was something that was necessary. There was a need in that time for us to be done to do it. But the most important thing is what happened is many countries they were not seeing what is going to happen in the future to them. What was important for them? How can they bring Soviet down to their knee? And they didn't care if how many groups is created, which kind of a system, whether this political system is acceptable to the people of Afghanistan or not. As long as if somebody was making a slogan, say, okay, I'm going to have an Islamic flag in Kremlin, or I don't know, in Siberia, we will take all these, and they said, okay, this is a good guy, give them more ammunition, more arms, because he's a tough guy. And this is how we got into this mess.
They didn't care at the time what happens afterwards. Do they care now?
How much we see some of this country, they create like a shark, because what happened is when to defeat the communist fundamentalist, they need another fundamentalist, because they thought they don't know the Soviet would leave that quickly.
That's where you came in. You were one of those other fundamentalists, the Mujahideen fighting against them.
Okay, what happened is someone have to make a difference. I was fighting for Afghanistan, for my freedom, for my country, but I never believed on a fundamentalist issue. I'm a Muslim and I'm proud to be Muslim, but that is not necessary to make everybody a fundamentalist. But now what my point is, in that time, nobody expected the Russians would leave so quickly. Now, to defeat a communism, you need to create a big fundamentalism against the communist fundamentalism. You create a shark in this country. Now, what happened when the Soviet collapsed, their empire collapsed? Now, they were seeing in Afghanistan these big 8-9 groups with so many guns, and so many ammunition, so many things. Then for them, the best thing was just to withdraw because they did not want to give more responsibility for that and leave everything is it. I think what happened is mostly a common Afghan thing. From one side, we were when the communists make a coup in the Russian invaded Afghanistan. That was a one blow to this country because of the destruction, because of the bombing, because of the killing. But after that, the problem was nobody would give a right to the civil people of Afghanistan. Okay, when the communists came, and the communists will tell them, okay, you have to do exactly what the party says. The way you have to think the way we think, and you have to do everything what we're saying. If you do anything against our interest or against our idea, that means you are imperialist and you are an agent of somebody. You should go to jail or executed or go to exile. The problem is the same thing continue after Mujahideen take over. Now, the people of Afghanistan think we are not part of our own future. We cannot decide for ourselves. This is not our place. For 20 years, if you're telling everybody this is not your place, you should not speak. Now, the difficult part of it, now people think I cannot make a difference. No, I'm not part of it. Now, why would I have to think about it? Now, the country would only leave.